Hello and welcome to Katie's World, park number 8 in the original RollerCoaster Tycoon from 1999. Today's goal, to achieve a park value of at least $150,000 by the end of year 3. Currently, admission is free to the park, we're going to keep it that way. And we have, like the game told us, a small park with a little bit of room for expansion. We got a little go-kart track here, got a little boat hire with the swans, little tiny railroad with, looks like 3 stations. And then we have a actually pretty decent mine train coaster here in the back area of the park. But outside of that, the only other thing we've got is, where does this go? Runaway Plumber. Ah! Okay, yeah, so this is a mini roller coaster built on construction rights that the park owns, which of course mean that you can build underground or overground, but not touching the ground. The boundary for the park is actually here, and the entirety of this roller coaster is underground. We also have the opportunity, should we choose to exercise $90 a square, we can expand the actual territory of the park in a couple spots, close this in, so on and so forth. But I don't know that we're going to need to do that. I think we can get by with exactly what we already have. Just take a look at our park value. Okay, a little over halfway there at 85. 80.5. Not 85, that's a different number. Hire a couple more handymen. We've got room for another mechanic. Actually, I'm going to hire 4 more handymen, so we have 5. Because we've got quite a mess. Quite a mess. And there's nowhere for guests to buy anything to eat. Oh, I didn't even notice we had a little swinging roller coaster here. But yeah, let's go ahead and put in a little bit of a food court here. Very first thing we'll do. Oh, hope you like pizza. Because that's all we've got. Alright, let's kick this thing into high gear. Get rid of all of these. Shops and stalls, thrill rides, roller coasters. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to need to focus on. Yep. It sure seems like it. And you know what I don't see is I don't see a merry-go-round. So maybe that's something we should work on putting in. Everybody loves a merry-go-round. Well, enough people do at least. So that'll end up going here. Turn that thing on. We'll give it a little cue there. Alright, and Al's Galleon, I think, is what the thing was saying, which means there's a ship. Aha! It's hidden in the trees. So we don't have to build one of those things. Solves that problem. Richard's Wreckers. 7 cars. 3-lap race. This is a small track, so 3 laps is fine. But only charging $2 for go-karts is borderline malpractice. We're going to bump that up to 4. People will pay anything to drive go-karts in this game. Complaining about queue length. Well, the only things that really have queues of any meaningful quantity are the go-karts, so go ahead and put in our queue line TVs here. Rot their brains with programming so they can't complain. And then I'll go ahead and just pop a couple of these in. Just in case. I highly doubt we will ever have this big of a line for the miniature railroad, but you never know. You never, ever know. Actually, Runaway Plumber looks like it could be one of these things causing the problem here. I actually can't place this underground unless I... Oh, yeah, look at this. Okay, that's a massively long queue. Why is this like this? Well, alright. Not much we can do about it, except attempt to put TVs on every single square. That'll enable them to tolerate a little bit more. And it looks kind of stupid, but hey, what are you going to do? So, let's see, continuous circuit mode. We have 12 one-car trains, nothing we can really do about that. If we increase the speed of the lift hill, it's going to modify the ride physics just a touch, but I don't think that's going to really change from anything sufficiently far away from 5. It might do 6, which, okay, cool, it's a 20% increase, but the ride is only 58 seconds as is. I think this is more of an issue of these people just don't know how to be patient. Although it says the queue time is 13 minutes. Okay, well that's a... yikes. With what I know about the time scale of this game, that is a crazy, crazy long amount of time. And since this goes underground, I'm going to go ahead and do these people a favor. Just put a no entry here so they can't get lost and all that nonsense. And I don't think there's anywhere else on the map we really need to have one of these. So all of the exits are pretty close to what you'd want to be working on. But yeah, we got to do something about Runaway Plumber queue time being as high as it is. Well, these roller coasters can't really crash unless something goes catastrophically wrong. So, it's already got a pretty high intensity rating, but we could raise the price would probably also help with that a little bit. So, if we go up to $4, that might cause some people not to get back in line. 'Cause there's so many people in line for this. 135, yeah. I think what we're going to have to do, I don't really know how easy it would be, we're going to have to just undo the queue here and make it shorter. But before you go deleting these things, if you are underground and you delete a path, the guests will fall to their death because there's nothing to stop them. So don't do that unless you feel like doing that, in which case maybe reevaluate your choices. But we basically have to wait. We have to close the ride and completely redo the thing so everyone leaves the queue. And raising the price to $4 doesn't seem to have solved much of anything. Oh, now we have a drink stall. Okay. So they have no problem paying $4 a piece and filling up the... Oh, you know what? It's raining. And I don't think we have an information kiosk. We've committed a grave sin. Yeah, get over here, buy my $5 umbrellas. Come one, come all. We're ready for you. So we'll put one there. And then I'm going to put another one. Ah, I don't have the cash. I don't have the cash to exploit people for money because they haven't bought enough of my exploitatively priced umbrellas. I think that's the word we're going to go with. Well, they are free to do as they choose. So like I was saying, we got to do something about the queue time for that one coaster, and that is going to be shortening the line. So that is just, that's completely untenable. But now that it's not raining anymore, I'm not going to build another information kiosk. And yeah, this queue time, it's up to 19 minutes, so I'm going to unfortunately have to close this. Get them out of here. Out of the line, and then we will completely redo it to be much shorter. Part of the problem might be the height on the path. Let's see. Height marks on paths. So that's set to, was that -30? And this is +20, so, you know, this might actually not be able to be much shorter than it currently is. But what we can do is we can make a more direct path. We'll see what happens. These people just have to get out of the queue. And that's going to take a little bit of time. But, fortunately... Wait, is there anybody still in the ride? It's not going to tell me. It doesn't look like either of those cars are... Well, but these people are going to keep, like, turning around until they find their way out. So that is going to be a little bit of an annoyance there. Well, we'll get it taken care of. Park value hasn't moved because we haven't really built much of anything. It's fine. Yeah, you got a couple, like, really tired people making their way out. Let's just speed through the rest of this. I don't want to have anybody fall into the void. Not right now, at least. Alright, so I think we're going to be okay. Just go ahead and start removing paths here. Make it easier on ourselves. just go ahead and get this entire thing removed. And instead, let's just go straight up. And that's going to meet right there. Okay. So we can make this work. I'm going to instead go up. Yeah, see how high up this goes? So that's already there. Perspective is just so weird on this. So if I go here, then go up again, and then come up this way. This is already like half the length it was. It's just not going to come up in as fun and nice of a location as the other one was. So that is, looks like half of a thing down. All right. Anyway, the point is, it is substantially shorter of a queue. And that can just come right up like that. I know it looks a little ugly. Oh, no, I don't have cash, of course, to build a path for $12. But what we're going to do is bring this up just like so. And now the queue for this should be, I think, yeah, let's actually raise that to 6 miles per hour. I know it's going to redo the results, but that is substantially shorter. It's probably still going to be almost 100 people in line, but we have done what we can. Now nobody can wander around lost into the exit. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens when it comes to test results. Alright, so it's pretty much exactly the same. $4, we got people getting in line. It'll take them a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things, but that will really help our queue times. Of course, it's going to say 2 minutes because nobody actually has to wait right now. So we'll leave that alone, come back later, see what we're going to do to fix that, if it still needs fixing. Queue time for the pirate ship is 3-4 minutes. For the go-karts is 12, but people don't really seem to care. And I think now is probably about the time to start building some other stuff. I never did build that food court, and that is something that I definitely need to be doing. So in the middle of the park, by Catherine's Cruisers, we've got some space here that probably would be good. So pizza and ice cream, once I have $300, start selling pizza, make some profit on that stuff. We could probably take out a loan. Actually, wow, we only borrowed $1,000. But we're really going to have to do a lot of expansion to make this viable, like it's supposed to be. So get this thing going here. We also don't have bathrooms. Now they're going to buy my $5 umbrellas. And of course I'm in the red because I have to pay staff and ride operating costs and all that fun stuff. Maybe I should have built another information kiosk over here. Probably would have been smart. But we are at the mercy of, well, pretty much everything now. 20 cents for the bathroom. Guests are complaining because I can't find... Oh, I just built a bathroom. Don't complain if you haven't looked for it. I say after I built one, so now they actually can look. Alright. I'm not really in love with this landscaping bit here just because of how this is no longer a thing. How many people are in line? 75. Okay, so this is going to max out at about 80, which is much better than 130. Queue time of 8 minutes. That seems a lot more reasonable. But since we are already here, let's just go ahead and put in some TVs just to keep them satiated here. Not like they're going to eat the TVs, but anyway, taking a look at what we've recently unlocked, bobsleds, and I think, yeah, that's the only other one of those, and nothing on the thrill rides yet. But we're going to get very soon Spinning Wild Mouse. And you know how much we love that roller coaster. That's a good one. The train needs to be fixed. That's... Or not the train. That's the... well, the mine train. Wow, that has three trains on it? That's pretty good. Guess they're hungry. Yeah. Go buy pizza. I researched it just for you. So I think otherwise we're looking pretty good. This go-kart track's pretty boring, objectively, but they seem to like it, so we're going to leave that as it is. Now, what's this roller coaster set to charge? $5. Okay, but that's going to work because the excitement rating's 6.6, selling unrated photos. That's fine. How many have we actually sold? 168, okay. That works. I want that spinning wild mouse. I love this roller coaster. Remember, this is the one we built at Bumbley Beach. We can easily do another one of these. We just have to have a good spot to put it. That's going to fit. And, oh, I forgot we have construction rights. Except it's going to cost a couple $1,000 to build this thing over here. So that's what the limit of that is. Just kind of almost do whatever I want over here. But this is going to be, I believe... Okay, so the construction rights don't extend over here. That's not the worst place to put one of these things, but if there is any way to get this a little bit nicer, I guess right here actually would work pretty well if I just did a little bit of landscaping. $2,400. Well, in the interest of increasing the park value, I guess we'll go ahead and do that. Can't go any further that way. There we go. All right, so come over here, get this carved out like so. And I'm going to raise this to $4 because I'm pretty sure they'll pay it. Now this can come over. Not like that. Like that. That'll work. Put in some benches, as one does. Trash cans. Because we can, and we... Get it? Because we can? Because they're trash cans? Please don't send me hate mail. Alright. Yeah, there's not really anything else I can do over here. You notice how the grass never grows on land you don't own? It only grows on land you own. Lawnmowers are a thing of the past where property rights are concerned. So that was the... Oh yeah, looping roller coaster. You know what that means. You know what that means. It means it's time to build shuttle loops again. Everybody's favorite. So that actually would be pretty okay putting this here. Yeah, let's do that. Entrance here, exit here, same old difference. It's a lot of bleeping going on. Alright. Entrance there, exit there. Make sure we get these set up appropriately to synchronize. Open. And open. Leaving these at $2 is probably fine. Take this out of turbo speed at the very least. You know the drill. Do this whole mess here. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. And then just connect them. Like so. Alright, so we've already added 3 roller coasters. Balloon stall. Oh yeah, you better believe we're selling balloons. Put that thing in there. 90 cents, that's fine. We don't really need to worry about that too much. Put another balloon stall all the way in the back here. Rotate that guy. Random colors. pure profit, and another one of these. I guess right here is probably going to be smart information kiosk-wise. Okay. So we have a little bit of mess on the paths here. That's going to get taken care of. Hopefully I don't have to assign manually. What else have we actually unlocked here? Best value park, balloon stall, looping roller coaster, spinning wild mouse, bobsled. Okay. I guess that's it. That's everything that we've actually looked at. And look at that, park value is already all the way up to 140. That doesn't really seem sustainable, because we definitely did not spend that much money on roller coasters. But they seem pretty happy to pay $4 to go on this thing. Who buys a balloon in tan color? Oh, it's disappeared. Okay, well, I guess we'll never know. What is... Okay, Wooden Wild Mouse coming on the 26th of September. Bobsled coasters are cool, but a lot of them just look really ugly. Mini Bob, Penguin Paradise, Penguin Toboggan, The Plague. Well, that's kind of dark. Also sounds kind of cool. Alternative vehicle type. Oh, we're going to have to test it. Remember that one that crashed because it had a different vehicle type? Oh, okay. These things irritate me when they have the entrance and the exit on a separate part of the ride. Toxic Toboggan has a much better entrance area, but is still going to be kind of a pain to get in here in the correct spot. Maybe not. Maybe it'll actually play nice with us here. Well, regardless, $7,600. How much of a loan can I take out? Okay. Sometimes it doesn't let you get away with too much. Alright, I'm going to go... For the purpose of, you know, actually accomplishing stuff, I'm going to just go right here. I think we can set this one... We'll try 5. We'll try 5. And then I believe all I've got to do is just... Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. That is a perfect spot. But, you know what? We have to test. We have to test first, just in case some sort of awful thing happens because these are using alternative vehicles. I do not want to kill anybody. That is not my goal. Alright. It's probably okay. But it would be irresponsible of me not to test it. And of course, it is going to behave differently when it has guests on it, because that does affect the load, and the weight, and everything. But it seems to be okay. I guess we'll just have to find out. Toxic Toboggan. Okay, $5.39 is pretty good for excitement. $5. They should be willing. At least some of them should be willing to pay that. All right, somebody's in the line. Umbrella sales begin. Is there actually nobody on this? Oh, 5 people on it. All right. Don't fly off the edge of the track, please and thank you. Okay, looks like we're fine. All right. No complaints there. Now at the end of year 1 of a 3-year scenario. Park value is at 162. So obviously we want to keep on building stuff. You can't just... Well, you can, but you can't just stop. That's not really the spirit of the game. Wooden Wild Mouse. Probably should find somewhere to put that guy at some point, but for right now... Okay, so there's no alternative vehicle for the Silver Valley Steamer. These guys probably don't have... No, sometimes there is. But 3 trains, 7 cars per train is probably about as good as you're going to get. Are people really going to want to pay $5 for this forever? Nobody's thinking about it. Alright. That's fine. Wow, look at the line for the toxic toboggan. They are lined up out the wazoo for this thing. Queue time of 3 minutes. That's probably fine. But if it's a money printer, then we're good to go. Fries. Everybody likes fries. Well, maybe not everybody, but enough people. So we'll just put in a couple more of these benches. Put in a couple of trash cans just so they can actually take care of stuff. Yeah, so the train is actually really popular at this first station, but the other ones, not so much. This is a really short ride. How much are we charging for this? $1. Okay. $1 per segment. Yeah. 525 feet, 675 feet, and then 347 feet. So that's got to be... This has to be station number 1. Yeah, this is station number 1. So that's actually station number 3. The most people are getting on at the station that provides them the shortest possible ride. I mean, that doesn't sound like a fun thing from a guest perspective, but it's making us a bunch of money, so I guess who cares, right? Nobody wants to go on roller coasters in the rain, except this one where the queue is completely underground. There's 4. Oh, okay, there's 12 of these. Never mind. 82 people in line. Well, that's okay. They're paying for it. Now, I did get a comment on one of the videos previously that we've done in this series asking why I don't use the on-ride photo section during the shuttle loop. Well, the easy answer is because it's not already there and I just like to plop this thing down. Second answer is I don't really know if it is that wise to be trying to sell on-ride photos to everybody, because that just means they're going to ride fewer rides. Well, this guy's been on 17. Okay. I don't know. Maybe if we build a custom coaster, we'll end up doing that, but I'm inclined not to mess with this. It just seems to work pretty well. So, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to assign... Not scenery, I want vegetation. We're going to have to assign patrols for our handyman here. So this is the entrance of the park. Assigned to handyman number 1. So we'll go to there. And then I think that is probably good for handyman number 1. Handyman number 2, I'm going to say needs to take care of this whole mess here, including where the food is. But that's probably it, because that's going to be a whole lot of trash and other stuff. Handyman 3 is probably going to be dedicated to doing this whole mess. Yeah, we'll just grab this whole path down here. So that's handyman 3. I'm thinking we're going to have more than 5 handymen, but I'm just trying to make sure we have everything covered. So that's handyman 4. We'll give him this space as well. And then I guess the top of the hill, because why not? So that's 4. That's actually pretty decent amount of space for one to cover. And handyman 5. All the way up into this mess here. And then I guess probably doesn't hurt to actually take this bit away and give it to a 6th handyman. Yeah, there's just so much. Just make sure this is all accounted for here. I don't know that there's... Yeah, actually, that'll cover all of those paths down there. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so that should take care of all the nasty on the paths. Wow, there is a concentration of it over here. These two look positively green. Oh, that's an unpoppable balloon. Very good. Alright. Log trains, these are still... No, they're not broken down. I guess we just have to keep better track of our mechanics. Alright. Let's hire 3 more so we have 5. That's the easiest way to solve that problem. Get the vegetation back. Now, who's in line for the forest flyer? 12 people in line. Okay, so that's actually working out pretty well. It is just so funny to me how there's 30 people in line to take the train 300 feet. It's like the length of a football field. Oh boy. But things are, you know, things are going pretty well. We have almost 900 guests. I don't think this scenario has anything about park rating. No, it's literally just park value. But we've already gotten that high, so maybe we don't need to be worried about it. A stand-up coaster, I'm not really that concerned about. It's probably okay. We'll go back to turbo speed here. Still have not gotten a single thrill ride, which is a little disappointing with this guy. Do we have... Oh, this looks actually kind of cool. We can find a good place to put this, and provided that it doesn't kill anybody. Let's see... Oh, see, that's going to be really tall. So maybe... Oh, this would be better because then it's not going to be... Yeah, not going to be as brutal. That works. This one's cool because it kind of wraps around the station a little bit. So that's not going to fit. It's going to go there or here. So we'll do that. Let's test this. Because I feel like this is going to be one of those things that if it doesn't have the right kind of car, or there's too much weight on it, it's going to cause a lot of problems. So I'll tell you what. Let's instead super ultra-proof that by putting an additional bit there. Let's charge $4 for it, and then build ourselves a queue. Yeah, see, now the other problem is once again, isometric view kind of just decimates my ability to have depth perception. So this very well could turn into a thing. Yes, that's not gonna work there. Okay, so now the coaster's in the way. That's not gonna work because the coaster's in the way. Okay. So now we have an interesting problem to solve. And that is, how am I going to go? Yeah, here we go. How am I going to get guests out of this thing? Because I think it's not going to play as nice as you think it will. Look how ridiculous this is. Look how completely obnoxious this is. But it's going to work, so that's fine. $191. See, we've already beaten it, but let's see what else. What else is going to be an interesting thing for this? Sure rains a lot here, I've noticed. Okay, so I can actually almost completely pay off the loan. Fascinating. I didn't think that was going to be possible. Cotton candy stall, huh? Alright. I'll come get you some cotton candy. Wow, this got popular quick. Maybe we should be charging more than $4 for it. And they're buying the photos. Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll raise this to 5. See what happens. What are we complaining about in the things? It hasn't been fixed. Well, it works now. All the mechanics busy? No. Okay, it's just a bad path optimization then. Yeah, look at this mess. Who's responsible for this? Is that Handyman 5? No. It's not Handyman 5. I think that's Handyman 6. responsible for this area. Yeah, Handyman 6 is Handyman 6 is tasked with a very, very high maintenance part of the park here. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to need a Handyman 7 who is literally only here. Just because of how much vomit ends up on the ground. I've been told that the benches don't make a difference. If they're going to vomit, they're going to do it, and you can't stop it, but in the interest of, you know, a little bit of mercy for our guests, I guess we can pretend that those do, and give them benches anyway. Man, these people really like roller coasters, huh? Okay, now we have a classic wooden roller coaster. That's, of course, the iconic one. This one's got a little water feature in it. So the supports on these things are just obnoxiously huge. So that's kind of why I usually don't build them like this. But the idea of having a roller coaster that is as tightly integrated into the rest of the park as this could... Oh, yeah, look at that. That would add a lot of excitement to both rides because, well, you go in and around. I know, great explanation. Good job, me. But that would work. So what's better, to have the water feature in between those two? I think that's what it's going to be. So we'll pop that guy there. Oh, I can't see. I got to turn the trees off again. So I need to have... I think this is going to be the thing that makes the most sense. Have this set up like this. Let's charge $5 for this. I'm pretty sure we can get that. Let's build our queue here. Doesn't need to be something super long. I know it's only one train. So we probably just want to have enough queue to fill one train. And the way that this is set up, we actually... Yeah, look, that's a pretty nice setup right there. What's our... Not yet available. Okay, well, why not? Well, anyway. We'll just open it. Okay, they're not going to pay $5 to go on this. 3 it is. Although I figured, you know, going in between other roller coasters would have a substantial formative effect on the excitement rating. No awards. Almost 1,000 admissions, almost 1,000 guests in the park. Well, that means hardly anyone's left. Although we know that's not entirely true. So I can see him walking out. Alright, so why is this not gone yet? Okay, it was waiting. Okay, none of these are stuck. It was acting like maybe one of them was, but no, it's not. Safest park in the country. Alright, well that's good. Over 1,000 guests now. And we built this roller coaster and we still have enough money to pay back the loan in cash, so let's go ahead and do that. So we don't have to make those payments anymore. I know that was absolutely breaking us at $24.80 a month. This is like a critical mass of roller coasters right here. And we're looking on handymen and mechanics. Security guards I never bother with. Entertainers never bother with. There's still a lot of vomit on the paths. Unfortunately. But for the most part, outside of, you know, guests getting off of roller coasters and just Technicolor yawning all over the place, it's not really been a big problem. Nobody was wanting to get on the Storm. Is it because it's too expensive? Can't afford it. Okay. Oh, well, that train was pretty much full. Alright. Well, I think in the interest of trying to promote more ridership, I think we can lower the price a little bit. I'll wait until... There we go. $4. See if that increases ridership at all. This is already completely full queue. It was great. I'm not going on it while it's raining. I'm out of cash. Somebody said something about the on-ride photo, but now the message disappeared. I feel sick. I can't afford. I'm not going on it while it's raining. Clean and tidy. Too intense for me. Fair. 6.5 is higher than I think the average guest tolerance. October year 2. And again, we've already beat the game, so we might as well just let it run and see what else we're trying to get at here. What else have we researched? Suspended swinging airplane cars for suspended swinging coaster. Well, let's see. Forest Flyer has 16 people in the queue. 34 guests say it's the favorite ride. I'm rating of 4.7. Oh, not this. Okay, not this one. I was thinking, well, if the airplane one is for this roller coaster, we could just change it because it's already called the Forest Flyer. We could have an airplane. That would be cool. But instead, this is just single-person swinging cars. We could do obviously, we have to close it, but give it a little bit of a refresh with the lay-down cars. Maybe people will care about that, but they don't really seem to care. I don't think it's an issue. We're just printing money. This is like, I think, the most money we've ever made in a park. They're spending money like it's going out of style. Check to make sure we don't have any vandalism. Don't really. There's just a lot of vomit on the ground. Well, we have. You know what? 15 handymen. Why not? Sweep all the paths. Make it happen. We can afford it. And yet another rainstorm for more $5 umbrellas. You love to see it. You really do. Now, the shuttle loops aren't getting a whole lot of traffic. Probably because it's raining. Favorite ride of 86 guests. Charging $2 seems to be about fine for this. Surely there's got to be something else we could accomplish here. 213. Again, the goal was 150, so that's gone very, very well. We have researched all of the roller coasters, so now it's just shops and stalls and thrill rides. But we've had thrill ride research turned on this entire time, and they have not researched a single one. So that's fine, I suppose. Souvenir stall also sells umbrellas. You know, just nickel and dime the guests to death. Why not? Give them the ability to buy. Bathrooms here. Put one more. And then over in this corner of the park, I think we can put another one as well. It's always nice to have bathrooms available. Yeah, they're using that thing. All right. Forest Flyer has broken down. Well, have you tried not breaking down? 3 out of 5 currently responding to something. Look at all these umbrellas. That's money right there. And they're so colorful, too. That's fun. Swinging inverter ship that nobody asked for. That's fine. It's raining again? Sheesh. Well, that hurts our roller coasters, but doesn't seem to care. I'm going to turn this guy off on waiting for a full load just so it keeps going. How's the ridership on the storm going? People, this one keeps breaking down constantly. Oh, okay. All of the existing rides have 30-minute inspection intervals. That's probably got something to do with what's happened here. Okay, so that we can easily fix. I should have done that long time ago. See, these are they're not really old. pretty sure they're just built right before the scenario starts. But I know there's a couple scenarios at some point later in the game where a bunch of the rides are really old and they keep breaking down, and that's a big challenge you have to solve. But, I mean, again, as it stands now, we have solved all of our problems. Complaining about the length of queues. Well, sorry that we're popular, I guess. I tried to solve the problem with other things, but it seems that things are popular. Alright, it's not going to let me place this TV. There we go. So how many people are in line for this? 50. Okay. That's a thing. 20 people in line, 22 people. I mean, at this point, what else? Oh, yeah, here we go. Launched free fall. And once again, escape hatch. Our favorite. Only because it's like one of the very, very few things you can actually just plop down super, super easy. Alright. There we go. That solves that problem. And it's raining again. It's always raining. Always raining. And yet we're making just unbelievable quantities of cash. Nobody wants to ride this thing. I don't know what it is about this. I mean, the train is full, but the queue it never is. I'm going to uncheck wait for full load, because we definitely want this to be operating more. It might also not help very much that the exit does not feed directly back into the start of the queue. But at least the throughput's a little bit better now that we're not constantly just waiting. Yeah, so now we got 46 people on the ride. When that train fills up, it will be higher? No, 44. Okay, because this one's almost completely empty. Now we're over 50. There we go. You want your stuff to have a good throughput. You always do. Motion simulator, another one of those dumb things that never really wants to be that good of a ride, but people still end up going to. Oh, look at this. We got a Dance of the Idiots over here. Okay, I guess they figured it out. Now, I wonder if it has the capacity to have more than one train, and if we care about that. I mean, they're not even really filling up the one they already do have. So that probably isn't a concern. No, the train broke down. Did I adjust the inspection interval on this? I did. Vehicle malfunction. Well, it's fine. It is what it is. Alright. I'm very surprised with how well this has gone with almost minimal effort on our part. This is supposed to be a challenging part, but this is... we have not had any issues. Things have just been going suspiciously well. Not trying to invite any chaos, but to a certain extent, there's not really much else we can do. Motion simulator, popcorn stall. I mean, I guess if we wanted to, we could put in some more places to buy food, but nobody's complained about they can't find anything. Just pleasantly enjoying the atmosphere here. Very simple go-kart track. We got a swinging ship in the woods, because that's where you find swinging ships, is in the middle of the woods. And a bunch of roller coasters. And now popcorn. Which, I guess... I'll just put that there, why not? Buy some popcorn. How many people are on this one? 44. As long as we keep it around 50, I think we're in good shape. 62, 63. Still 52 before that train gets filled up at all. 54. Okay, so maybe it shouldn't leave immediately, because that's going to create some weird bunching in the future. But I guess it's fine. People are riding it. We're making money. That's the ultimate goal, right? Yeah, absolutely printing money. Almost $10,000 an hour worth of income on that. Still a bunch of vomit on the ground, which is hilarious because we have 15 handymen. And every little bit of territory is covered. They're just not necessarily doing the best. So 10 mechanics, 20 handymen. We have infinite money pretty much. Might as well. Might as well make it work. And now, I mean, we haven't really done that much to this place. Except put a whole bunch of roller coasters over here. But I guess it's about as good a time as any to just go ahead and start wrapping this thing up. Not really any need to build anything else. We're already just absolutely chock full of money. But I appreciate you guys watching these RollerCoaster Tycoon videos. It's a lot of fun. There's so much cool stuff to do in this game, and we have a lot of scenarios to get through, which is part of the reason why this is, I guess, now 3 times a week. Unless something comes up that I need to do. But the support on this has been great, and of course, all this beeping in the background is driving me insane. But the Beard Boosters make it possible to continue doing these videos without trying to chase the algorithm or anything, so very thankful to those folks. Thankful to you as well for all of the support, like I said. While these are single episode park playthroughs, you can always leave suggestions for things you might like to see in the future, or general commentary if you feel so inclined. I do always read the comments, can't always respond, can't always do everything people ask for, but I do appreciate your input, because as I always say, it is a let's play, not a watch me play. It's always more fun when we can do it together, right? So all that being said, it's August 29th. We got nothing else to do. Let's, like, ultimate turbo speed this thing and see what waits for us as we end this. I mean, I have a pretty good idea. Nothing else is going to happen. We just have to figure out what our park value is going to be at the end, which is probably still going to be over 230,000. 3D cinemas. We've researched everything. No funding. Go home. No more research for you. That is just the way it is. Get your umbrellas in the rain. Get wet. Get on roller coasters and go home. It is pretty cool to see all the different people walking around, though. Yep, queue length complaints. So at this point, we're just time-lapsing the whole rest of this, and we'll see what happens when we get to the end. All right, there we go. That's our victory. All the balloons and all the clapping people with tears and hope in their eyes, to borrow from Satisfactory. But there we go. Company value $269,484. Goal was $150. We absolutely smashed that into the ground. And on to the next. You know the drill. Name in the chart. Admire our handiwork. And that's all she wrote. We'll see you next time, friends. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun. See you later. Bye-bye.